people have sought out like therapy and for depression, whether it's like working or whatever. Like, people,
Mm-hmm.
you talk about people in the work field and discrimination and microaggressions
Yep.
and feeling like they're being held, especially in the corporate world, like people that of color, like in corporate world, sometimes they feel
Yeah.
like, because obviously they're a minority, so then they feel like they aren't being heard, they're not being helped, they're not, and then they like don't know who to go to sometimes. Even you have HR, but then HR is the same way. Um, so, there has been an increase, I would say, certain issues people brought up since the George Floyd situation. Unfortunately, they are coming up. Hopefully,
Yeah.
as time goes on, we don't have these issues anymore. Like, people uh, getting, hurt or killed fatally because of, getting pulled over, getting interaction with police.
Yeah.
Um, and then also, I mean, I have a lot of clients who are being more active. And even, I would say, even on the other side of that, I would say I've had clients who are minorities or from the Black community that have even brought up these things because
Yeah.
they have, I think teachers, I think if I'm not mistaken, like brought up, how a teacher was worried about like her kids because now these things are coming up and they may
Mm.
not have been even, I don't think she was even aware of these things happening, so I
Yeah.
think that has been something been helpful in the sense of these things being brought to light, because it not only goes from the micro but the macro of the community, of those who are outside of the Black community being more aware of these things and being more actively helping, in a sense of trying to protect, those who they believe to be, they're connected to in the Black community. So
Yeah. No, man, most definitely. And you hit on a couple of the different ones that I know that I've seen. I remember some of those first calls and first emails I was getting. I have one that just like came to mind, even when you were describing that, just saying like, "Hey, I need help. I'm feeling extreme rage. I'm having a rough
mm-hmm,
time in corporate America and my job, feeling
mm-hmm,
like my white colleagues might not fully appreciate and understand what I'm experiencing and what I'm going through based on what I'm seeing right now."
mm-hmm,
And I just remember how strongly that resonated with me, just trying to understand like what that must feel like.
mm-hmm,
And feeling like genuinely just maybe feeling like you're not heard or seen, as we know a
mm-hmm,
lot of what the protests are about. And I think that for me, a lot of what I've heard was some of the stuff you touched on, a lot of stuff about trauma, seeing it, experience it in real time, and then obviously subsequent events that happened afterwards, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, and others.
mm-hmm,
Um, Situations in schools with other students who again who might not get it, or teachers that might not get it, colleagues that might not get it at your job.
mm-hmm,
So trying to figure out how to navigate that bias, prejudices, and any other type of negative feelings that you might be experiencing from those individuals, and just
mm-hmm,
trying to learn how to cope with that better, which I was actually excited to hear, because I know that that's not always a common thing in our community that we might talk about, is how one copes with stuff.
mm-hmm,
um, so I remember that being very profound to me.